Get the hell out of here. Can I do anything to help?
Get the hell out of here. Can I do anything to help? Всем привет, я Адонис, мы продолжаем проходить Kingdom Come. Сейчас мы будем докладывать о нашей разведке. Мы кучу всего там разведали. В принципе, мы лагерь там вырезали в одиночку. Как крапивку собрать? Кстати, тут поесть можно? Не стоит. Прикольно, сидят, едят все в лагере. Иногда персонажи, NPC-шки так прикольно себя ведут. А иногда так тупят, что вообще жесть. Деревья прикольные, голые.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
I'm back from scouting, sir.
Excellent. What have you found out?
There's an overgrown, ruined village in the woods where they're dug in.
That sounds like Pribyslavitz. It used to belong to Sir Divish before Havelmedic attacked and torched it, and then imprisoned Divish. It's been left abandoned ever since. I was hoping they wouldn't be so organized. Earthworks and fortifications. That's quite a different matter from routing some rabble out of the woods.
I tried to count them.
And how many of them are there? Bear in mind I'm relying on what you say. We'll have to call for reinforcements, and that's no simple matter. Every man that comes with us will be lacking somewhere else. And I don't want bandits pillaging some other town because there's no one left to mount a defense.
Ну блин, я не знаю. С одной стороны, я их один там вырезал. Сколько их там было? Человек 15, наверное, да? Может 20. Ну совсем говорить-то не о чем. Было бы неправильно. Скажу немного.
There's a few, but not enough to give us too much trouble.
We should be able to handle that if Sir Robard sent us a few men.
It's mostly bandits in the camp. They're not villagers with pitchforks, but not regular soldiers either.
No more than I expected. I have no fear of them, but underestimating the enemy can be fatal.
There aren't just bandits in the camp. There are Cumans too, quite a few of them.
Cumans, you say? Where the hell did they come from? Could Sigismund have left them there after he raised Skalitz? This is looking more and more serious.
I took a look at their arms and armour. They're not a proper army, but they're equipped quite well.
What about archers?
Да, там были по-любому лучники. И он говорил, что позиции оттуда хорошие есть.
There's a few of them and they're positioned well. If we charge them head on, they'll probably do us a lot of damage.
I don't like the sound of that. It complicates the situation. Dealing with them before the battle would be the best option.
Я уже сделал, разобрался с ними.
They're up to something in the middle of the camp. It looked like they were making several long ladders.
Ladders? That sounds like they're planning a siege. I like this less and less. On the other hand, we can use that to our advantage. If we can capture those ladders, we can use them to scale their own fortifications.
That's about all I saw, sir. I didn't notice anything else.
That's all right. Did you manage any sabotage while you were there, as I asked you?
I managed to destroy some of their arrow supplies, so they'll have less ammunition.
Well done. That's just what we need.
I managed to slip poison to a few of them. They should be too sick to fight.
You're as cunning as a fox. We need more like you.
That's all, sir.
Don't worry, Henry. You've proven yourself an excellent spy. I need you to go to Sir Divish in Talmberg and tell him to send Captain Robard and his men to our aid. There's not enough of us here in the camp.
You can rely on me, sir. What should I tell him?
Tell him to take half his men and march to Pribyslavitz. We'll meet there and mount an attack together.
All right, I'll get going.
And be quick. We've no time to spare. God be with you. Goodbye.
Так, надо, конечно, спешить, но и надо дела доделать. К друзьям сходить. Больше активных нету. Прикольный костюм такой. Так, и, по-моему, еще задание... Да, уши, всякие шпоры. Надо слетать в этот... в Ротае. И в ледечку. Даже не знаю, куда раньше. По дороге ледечко. Нет, сначала в Ротае все-таки. Ох, надеюсь, не протухнет никакое задание. Не, ну день, я думаю, 2, даже 3 суток можно подождать, ничего страшного. Прикольно, перекрыли дорогу. Где вы там? Ну, давай, сражайся, like a man.
All right, you win. I surrender.
Чё? Больше никого нету? Так, гроши. О, улучшенная пробивная стрела. Это хорошая вещь. Энергии, кстати, мало. А что у нас есть? Пищи. Вот, мед. Если второй был, он, скорее всего, убежал. Какая поза оригинальная. Блин, ну эта игра реально очень красивая. Очень, вот прямо вообще. Каждый раз засматриваюсь. Пытаюсь вспомнить, где лес был красивее. По-моему, это самый красивый лес. Офигенно. И причем он какой-то вот родной такой. Вот в России примерно, в европейской, по крайней мере, части России, примерно вот так же все выглядит. Да и в Белоруссии вот примерно все так же. Очень похоже. Значит, получается, Восточная Европа, это ж по Чехии делали. То есть Восточная Европа, ну, которая более-менее северная, это на юг не углубляясь. Запад России. Вот это все так же выглядит. Красотища. Ладно, надо двигаться дальше. Блин, сейчас придем, уже не будет этого мужика, которому сдавать задание. До скольки он там дежурит? Да, походу дела ушел.
God be with you.
I've taken care of the camp.
Where's the proof?
Here it is.
Good work. And that's not all. There's some trouble on the road to Sasau. There's most likely another camp thereabouts.
Very well, I'll take a look. I have some,
Let's see. Bastards deserved it.
Can you teach me how to
Certainly.
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
All right.
Isn't that quite a... Satisfied?
I'd almost shake. Agreed. Take care.
Только спать пошел.
I'd like to improve my...
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my...
All right.
Isn't that quite a...
540 монет, неплохо.
What about this?
Well, now. Agreed.
Угу.
I'd like to improve...
Certainly.
I want
Так,
to
могу я
achieve...
мастера?
You can't become a master overnight. You have to know almost everything.
Понятно.
Well... Can you teach me...
Certainly.
I'd like to hone...
First, you have to have...
Понятно.
Well.
Ну ладно.
Goodbye.
Кстати, по-моему, раньше я здесь не мог стоять. Было написано. Запретная территория. А. Вот, теперь стало. Когда он спит, нельзя, наверное. Так, что у нас там прокачалось? Ведение боя. Вот, вопреки всему, в схватке против нескольких противников ваша сила, ловкость, ведения боя и защита становится на 20% сильнее. Это очень надо. Раньше бы это выучить. Но я думаю, еще пригодится. Живучесть 20. Офигеть. Надо отремонтировать. Ой, тут столько дел. Страшно подумать.
God save you, Henry.
Jesus Christ be...
А, вот задание на Соловьев можно заново взять.
Master
Возьму.
Huntsman, about that man with good ears.
What of it?
I'll give it a go.
Fine. So here's the problem. My friend is a birder, and he left. They're good to trade.
I see.
The trouble is, the
Hang on, surely...
not. Luckily, I have trapped.
Fine.
I hear they like.
Right.
That's just what they kept. But
I can't wait.
they went something. What? You know how it.
Yes, I'll
Right.
do that. I'd like you to show me...
Certainly.
I'd like to hone...
All right, but it'll.
Isn't that quite a... What do you say to this?
That's not enough. Agreed. Take care now.
Угу, охота. Сохранение, прекрасно.
Can you teach me...
Certainly.
I'm interested in...
All right.
Isn't that quite... Agree?
I'd almost. Agreed. God be.
Can you teach me to...
Certainly.
I'd like to hone...
All right.
Isn't that quite... Agree?
I'd almost. Agreed. Farewell.
Так, очко охоты есть. Клыки, рога, ловчий. Больше урона. Сырое мясо есть. Да все это фигня. Рога или клыки? Рога, наверное. Еще 2 очка будет. Что-то, получается, мы не сможем, да, выучить? Обидно.
all right.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
God save you. What?
Do you know if there's anyone around here who could use my help?
Could be. Go see Armand, the executioner. As long as you got the stomach for dealing with a fella that's cursed.
Хм.
Take care.
Учебник по красноречию. Кстати, шнапсы у меня что, кончились? Проверить сейчас. Худела шнапса нету. Ничего себе. Дожили.
Oi.
Портной, как всегда, драный весь.
God be with you. Take care.
Пан Гануш.
God bless you. What troubles you?
А, тут тоже задание
Sir,
какое-то.
I met the parish priest of Ujit, and I must say he's a very interesting man.
I should say
What is
so.
it?
Have you ever seen him at swordplay? Not bad for a man of the cloth, is he? Rumour has it, when he finished his studies at the university where his father sent him, he decided the religious life wasn't for him, and vanished to foreign parts. They say he made a living as a mercenary. I even heard he fought against the Turk at the Battle of Kosovo, and then he suddenly came back and settled down here. No doubt it cost his family plenty, but he's a fair man and I'm fond of him. There's a lot to be said for a priest with a good understanding of vice.
Задание начать какое-то. Ну, ладно.
Henry, just the man I want to see. I need help with something.
What's the problem, sir?
The Archbishop's vicar has come to Ujits. I don't know why exactly, but the rumour is that he's on the hunt for heretics, which frankly never meant any good, especially for me.
I'm sorry, but I'm not really up on religious ranks, sir. What does a vicar do, exactly?
You don't have to apologize. It's the devil's own work to make sense of their twisted hierarchy. The vicar is short for vicarious, meaning in place of. He has full power to act on his superior's behalf.
I see.
In this case, sadly, the superior in question is that nincompoop, Archbishop Zbigniew Hare of Hassenburg.
What should I do about him, then?
Firstly, find out why he's really here. He might truly be on the hunt for heretics, which wouldn't be good news. Or it's equally possible he's here to size up my estate, which would be even worse.
I understand. And then what?
The best thing for me and all concerned would be for him to pack his bags and go back to Prague.
And how can I, encourage him to do that? I can't just kick him out, can I?
No, of course not. But if you can make him believe there's nothing to find here, he'll be off in no time.
Look where you're going.
So tell him I've sent you to assist him.
I understand. And my task is to assist him in finding nothing.
Indeed.
And what if there really are heretics?
My boy. Have you ever seen a heretic?
No.
There, you see. I haven't either. Most of the time the prelates just invent them to scare folk with. So don't put much faith in their existence.
But
But what if there really are some? Then deal with them. But make sure that interfering bastard gets out of here.
are you at odds with the Archbishop in some way, sir?
No, I've never even seen him. But that's no guarantee he doesn't have his eye on my estate.
But how could he get his hands on it?
He's an archbishop. They have long fingers, my boy. And now, without the king around, it's the perfect time to amass a nice little hoard. Believe me, I know. They say in Prague that he's a complete dolt, but I rather doubt that.
Why?
All the Hare clan are as shrewd as they come. I know that better than most.
Uh-huh. Very well. I'll get going straight away.
Good luck, lad, and be careful. Clergymen are wily weasels. So take care.
I'll be careful. Don't worry, Sir Hamish.
May the Lord watch over you.
Да уж. Вальденсы. Прекрасно, сохранение. Не пропало бы это задание. Сразу-то я его не смогу выполнять. Может, зря даже взял. Да не, я думаю, все успею, все нормально будет.
Can you show me how...
Certainly.
Так, интересно, если я мастера выберу. И так 20 уровень. Ну, для интереса денег много.
All right.
Isn't that quite a lot?
1600, ничего себе.
What do you say to...
I'd almost shake. Agreed. God.
Сильнее, но, скорее всего, ничего там не изменилось. Так, для интереса. Угу. Ну, тут прямо и поспим. Многовато часов получается. Ладно, надо книжку сначала прочесть.
Here you are. I hope it helps.
I'll never forget your kindness. Thank you.
Так, книжки. Средства от блох и бородавок. Коросты и прочие наросты на коже, а также и насекомые, и иные мелкие ползучие твари терзают род человеческий с незапамятных времен. Тем, кто желает защитить от них свое тело, следует меньше спать среди скота, хотя бы единожды в 2 недели мыться или посещать баню, одежду свою высушивать на солнце, ибо вода и солнце излечивают все кожные недуги. А любая хворь вызревает охотнее всего там, где больше всего грязи и вони человеческого тела. Держитесь подальше от бродячих певцов и попрошаек, ибо они, вернейшие разносчики заразы, с легкостью могут передать вам свою хворь. Вот так вот. Верховая езда или разговор? Лучше верховую езду. Блин, вот есть такая тупость. После каждой прочитанной книжки он встает. Причем не сразу, когда следующую выбираешь. Так, отлично. Ну вот, сразу встает. А, блин, они все места позанимали. Ну, там вроде есть свободное. Молчание золота. Так, ладно, теперь спать надо. Я не могу здесь спать. Интересно. Еще одна загадка этой игры. О! Нашел ночлежку. Ты еще кунишь? Ну, нельзя поговорить? Окей. Так, можно мед, кстати, поесть. О! Прекрасно. Портной какой-то очень странный человек в этой игре. Постоянно опаздывает на работу, уходит раньше времени, ходит весь ободранный какой-то. У него что-то с психикой не то явно. Ладно, пойдем к мечнику тогда. А, чаша Берона. Надо Берону отдать. Хрен знает, где он находится. Вот, Берн, как раз. Нормально.
My humble greetings.
I think I have something that belongs to you. I found it in Skalitz.
What do you mean?
That's it.
By all the saints, thank you. You don't even know how much you've helped us. And if you know my wife, then you'll know you've just saved my life.
Mixed goods, handy implements and machines of
А.
every kind. Come on up and buy.
Так, это значит подставить куниши или что? Я вот не врубаюсь до конца. Или наоборот благодарен будет куниши.
I'm glad you came.
Ну, наверное, он поблагодарит куниши, я так понимаю, что... Хотя куниш заложил его, получается. Хрен его знает. Нет, подставить, я так понимаю, куниши.
You're welcome.
I don't know what to say. Here, take this at least. I'm poor, but you saved us.
Rakes and hoes for your field.
Take care.
Не стал рисковать, потому что высока вероятность, что он посчитает, что Кунишо обокрасть хотел. Короче, нехорошие отношения с Кунишем будут. Думаю, так правильнее. Так, до сих пор нету портного.
That treasure of yours you sent me to get.
Did you find it?
It belongs to Baron.
But I couldn't know that.
Ай, ладно, не буду его потрошить.
Well, fine.
God save you. God be with you.
So, are you happy with your new cook, Merchant Hagen?
Happy? It's a fucking nightmare.
Как это?
I chose her according to my best knowledge and conscience.
She certainly knows how to cook. Her food is excellent. But her stories...
Stories?
More like sermons, actually. All about the evils of mammon, how Jesus threw the merchants out of the temple and whatnot. And it's all Father Francis this, Father Francis that. No doubt, Father Francis was a saint with infinite patience.
Well, the main thing is she knows how to cook, isn't it?
True. Her trout braised in wine with spices. Honestly fit for a king, I must admit. And she can manage all the housework. Perhaps in time she'll lose interest in preaching. I hope.
Ну ладно, все не так плохо.
Well, I'm glad everything turned out well. Farewell.
Godspeed. Good luck to you.
То есть я думал, я откажусь от награды, что-то будет другое. А нет. Ладно. Блин, уже 9 часов, 9:17, до сих пор нету портного. Вон же там сидит кто-то. Явно что-то не так с ним. Купить индульгенцию? А что это даст? Видно, я все уже любовался. Вот.
Well, God be with you.
Вот интересно, а в католической церкви вот здесь вот стоят скамейки везде. А в православной надо стоять. Вообще создано в православной церкви, как это сделано, чтобы люди неуютно себя чувствовали. Это есть такое. Неужели? Наконец-таки. Что-то с ним явно не так. Ни одной шапки я хорошей не нашел. К сожалению. Ну ладно, будем налегке вот так ходить. Надо уклонение будет тренировать. Так, что у нас там с заданиями? Так, и надо идти к этим корешам. Как там у них дела? У меня же, наверное, скорость передвижения теперь выше, да? Мне легче стало одеваться. Посмотрим. Блин, прикольно. Деревенька такая, пруд. Классно. Ох, офигенно.
Doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter. We need groceries for the infirmary. We can make that money here.
Pay here is pitiful. It's just arms. You used to earn much more.
Yes, it's a mill, not a silver mine.
Not even our mine chief Nemo was as much of a halfway as our new mill foreman. And that's saying a lot.
Yes, but right now we're here. We just have to hold on a little longer, and then we'll ask around elsewhere.
I'm just saying. The sooner, the better. Or I'm liable to lose my temper and hit him over the head with something.
What a wonderful idea. That would really help. Didn't you have enough the first time?
The devil take it all. And you too.
Кого-то он по голове ударил тут.
Greetings, Henry.
Девушка Яна. Девушка Яна, это имеется в виду ее имя Яна? Или она девушка какого-то Яна? У нее грудь просвечивается. У нее вообще нету груди, вообще никакой. Ужасная девушка. Полное отсутствие груди.
Greetings.
А обучение он дает в кулачном бою? А, я, наверное, не могу. Понятно.
Well.
С кем бы подраться так?
How do you like it at the mill, Fritz? It's got to be better than the mines.
It's worse here than at Scarlett's. There you could disappear without anyone noticing. But here...
But why would you want to disappear? Nimoy isn't here.
No, he's not. But the local foreman is an even bigger ass.
I'm not sure that's possible.
You better believe it. I'd like to pay him back for everything and drown him in the river.
Серьезный парень.
Drown him? What's he done to you?
It was the first or the second day here. We had a disagreement and I told him off. And then, all of a sudden, we're fighting and that fucker just throws me in the river. I nearly drowned.
Well, how did you get out? I thought you couldn't swim.
I can't. They pulled me out. I was up to my waist in water.
I see. Well, I'd be pretty fucking angry too. So you want to pay him back?
Exactly. I don't give a shit about anything around here, but that bastard's in need of a good trouncing.
Нифига себе, он, получается, силен, раз этого парня в реку скинул.
I spoke with him briefly and he doesn't seem so horrible.
Then you ought to try working with him. He's a sneaky bastard. And arrogant. You should see how he puffs himself up when he's off to play dice with Lawrence.
Who's Lawrence? Another mill hand?
Aye, but at the neighbouring mill. They call him the Wren. Damned if I know why. Thomas goes there to play dice with him.
What about the others at the mill? Are they awful as well?
The miller's an old fool. He believes every word that comes out of Thomas's mouth. It's hopeless. And then there's the miller's daughter. She's a pretty lass, and kind with it. And what can she do? Nothing. Not that it stops Matthew gonna see her. But it's Thomas who's the root of the problem.
Do you think he's jealous? Is she a sweetheart?
He might make puppy dog eyes at her, but most of the time he just struts about like a peacock. I really don't think she's the problem.
And what do you want to do about it? Do you think you can come to an agreement?
No fucking chance. Matthew hopes so because he likes it here. It's true the work's better than the mines, but the pay's worse.
So how do you plan on dealing with it? Leaving?
Perhaps. But first, I want to give Thomas a proper trouncing. I mean a real thrashing.
And you think that will help?
Maybe. Maybe it'll knock some sense into that fat head of his. Or he'll be too frightened to mess with me.
That might help.
So why don't you arrange a fight with him? If we win, he'll leave us alone. Oh, we could...
What?
We could lure him off someplace far away and then wait for him. Maybe to play dice with Lawrence. He would have to go through the dark woods.
I'll think about it.
Нет, что-то гадкое какое-то все. Так, а что у второго? У мозга. Это сила, а это мозг. Матуш.
My humble greetings. How may I serve you?
I'd like you to teach...
Certainly.
I'd like to hone...
First you have to have some...
Well, I've heard you don't have it easy here.
So you spoke to Fritz then? I bet that wasn't quite how he put it.
No, not quite. Apart from Thomas's name, the rest was mostly swear words.
I can imagine. I've been hearing the same from him all week. The foreman here is a pain in the arse. He's trying either to wear us to the bone or force us to leave.
Always forcing you to work, is he?
If only. That wouldn't be so awful. But nothing we do is good enough for him. There's always some reason for him to yell at us.
I can imagine.
You know what it's like. We do too little, and it takes us too long, and what we eat's worth more than the work we've done, and it's no fun listening to that sort of shit day after day.
And the miller won't stick up for you. I would have thought all the yelling would drive him mad.
Not really. He trusts that loudmouth bastard more than us. He's got us down for a pair of parasites.
I see.
What's so stupid is the mill really needs us. They haven't had any hands here for quite a while, and the mill needs a lot of fixing. But with them around, we can't even get to work.
And you definitely don't... You don't ever provoke him?
I've already told you once, he's an arsehole. I'd say there's nothing we can do about it. If he wants to yell at us, he'll yell at us.
Have you tried talking with him?
What do you think? But that just sets him off. He starts saying we're practically bandits, and what he's going to do about it. That gets Fritz going, and he starts yelling too, and...
I'd never have guessed he's like that.
Well, get a job here as a hand and you'll soon see.
And what does he do during the day? Does he work with you?
Good one. He keeps his eye on everything, but his hand only touches the saw when the miller shows up, which isn't that surprising.
Why?
The last time he did anything, he almost took his thumb off with a chisel. I wouldn't put an axe in those paws of his either.
So he's clumsy and arrogant. That's what you said about your last master, that Nimoy.
Aye, but at least you could sneak away from old Nimoy for a bit. No chance of that around here.
And what do you want to do about it? Just run away?
Actually, I'd like to stay here, at least for a bit. I never would have thought I'd like working in a mill. But not with him around. It's unbearable. And there's no one I can complain to. But you could.
Me? Do you think they'll listen to me?
They did once already, didn't they? They hired us because of you. You could have another word with them.
Back then, making promises was enough. Now, it will be worse.
You can forget about the miller. It's Thomas you need to convince. The miller takes his opinion seriously. So, will you do it for us? Again?
Fine. I'll try and talk to him.
I'm glad. But try not to get on his wrong side. You won't get anywhere with him then.
I'll keep that in mind.
Угу, то есть два варианта как бы получается. Либо поколотить, либо поговорить. Сначала надо поговорить, попробовать.
Goodbye.
Мне кажется, она выглядит как будто старая какая-то. Не, ну не старая, конечно. Ну, ближе к 40 где-то. Странная девушка. Не могу не собирать. Это ж сила тоже прокачивается. Блин, такая деревня натуральная. Вот прям вот деревенская деревня. Ах. Мельник Петер Шрамик.
I am honored that a knight such as you takes an...
Are you happy with your new workers?
They're good carpenters, but someone constantly has to stand behind their backs and keep an eye on them.
Really?
Yes. When I'm there with them, everything goes smoothly. But the moment I leave, I hear Thomas yelling at them.
I've heard.
I don't know what I'd do without Thomas. He keeps an eye on everything for me now. The mill wouldn't function without him.
Well, but Thomas has problems with carpentry.
You're right. You should hear him cursing when he has to turn his hand to it. He knows he'll never be a real miller.
What, just because of that?
No. He's not too skilled at handling the water wheel and the mill run either. He can wield a shovel well enough, but otherwise I have to keep telling him how to do things.
Какой-то инвалид вообще.
So he's not been foreman too long then?
No. My son used to run the mill, but then his wagon overturned with him inside it. It'll be a year ago now, come spring.
I'm sorry.
Me too, boy. And after Martin was gone, the other workers left and only Thomas stayed. I don't know what I'd do without him.
What happened that day? Wagons don't overturn themselves.
He was transporting new stone blocks for the mill and he had to take a detour. Since the wagon was too heavy for the ford, it was after a downpour. The load must have slipped and the whole wagon fell on him. I pray it was quick.
So he was alone, with no one to help him?
Of course not. Thomas was there too. He helped Martin to load the wagon in Sassa, and both of them set off back.
Just the two of them? No one else was there?
No, they always did it that way. Martin didn't like dragging people where it wasn't necessary, when they could be doing work elsewhere. But if I had been there with them, maybe he'd still be alive. Thomas couldn't pull the wagon off him. He ran for help, but it was already too late.
I'm sorry. But I'm sure he's in God's kingdom now.
He was a good boy, a kind soul.
Неужели это Томаш тут замешан?
Have you been without carpenters for a while?
A long time. Since winter, it's been just me and Thomas.
Nobody stays around.
No. These days, it's hard to find a man you can rely on. Young lads today are bone idle. None of them wants to do an honest day's work.
And how many have actually worked here?
About half a dozen, maybe more. We always put up with them till the most urgent work was done, then sent them packing.
And what about Jane? Shouldn't she have a husband by now?
What are you trying to say?
A pretty girl like her is ripe for marriage.
With a large dowry because she comes from a mill? Well, she had herself a man once, but he ran away during the winter. He wasn't up to the work either.
And how long did he last?
You know, he was here for a while. But back then my son was a foreman and he was a kindly soul. Too kind. He never threw anyone out.
So everyone started leaving when Thomas took over?
Well, Thomas is a dog on slackers. And just as well. Maybe it's harsh, but that's what you need nowadays. If we don't mill, folk don't eat.
Может быть, он на девушку на эту положил глаз, прогоняет всех ухажеров? Возможно, он убил сына, как-то повлиял на это, ну, чтобы стать самому бригадиром.
So, the moment Thomas became mill foreman, everyone started running off. Not one man could stand it here, even if they had a chance to marry Jane. Don't you think Thomas might be doing it on purpose? Sounds to me like he's after the mill, or your daughter, or both.
That's not like him. He's a good man and straightforward. He knows I can always send for a new mill foreman.
And Jane?
Don't worry about her. She'll wed whoever I approve of, even Thomas if he asks for her hand. At least with him, I know he won't leave the mill.
Indeed, why would he, once he's got rid of everyone else?
That's enough. I don't know why you're trying to slander Thomas, but I don't mean to listen to it any longer. Farewell.
Как все интересно.
I heard what you asked my father. You can't expect help from him. He's none too sharp these days.
Нормально.
And can you help me then?
No. Nobody listens to me. But I wanted to say that Thomas does do it on purpose. He did it the same way before.
Why?
Because he's afraid if someone comes who's more skilled, Father will notice and give his job to the newcomer.
And your father lets him? Can't he settle this?
He probably could, but he doesn't want to. My brother was the mill foreman before him, but last year a wagon overturned on him, broke his back. It broke my father too. And Thomas was here the longest. He was always close to my brother, so Father chose him as the mill foreman.
And Thomas doesn't listen to anyone? Can't you persuade him?
No. He keeps looking my way and tries to be nice, but he doesn't care what I've got to say. When I tell him something, it goes in one ear and out the other.
And this probably won't end well. And what happened to your brother?
And what does that have to do with this?
I don't know. You mentioned it, so I was just wondering.
There's not much to tell. A stone block that was loaded wrong, slippery ground after rain, and when the wagon overturned on him, there was no one around to help.
What do you mean, no one? Surely he wasn't alone.
No, he had Thomas with him. But Thomas couldn't lift the wagon off him, and by the time he found help it was too late. And as if that wasn't bad enough, someone robbed my brother while Thomas was looking for help.
Someone robbed him after he was dead?
I don't know. But they took a mottled scarf which I gave him as a keepsake. He laughed when I gave it to him. He said it would make him look like a fop, but he still wore it all the time. And someone must have thought it was worth stealing.
But who'd steal a scarf?
Why are you asking me? When they brought him back here, he didn't have it. That's all I know.
I'm sorry about what happened to him.
Me too. But it was his own fault. If he'd brought more people with him, he'd still be alive. He was too kind for his own good.
I understand.
Что мне не нравится, как это Яна озвучена.
Watch where you're going.
Совсем какая-то мертвая. Прикольно все так сделано. Люблю вот эти всякие элементики деревенские. Очень красиво все выглядит. Так, непростое задание получается, между прочим. Неплохо бы сохраниться. Пьянство улучшено. Вес снаряжения, да, на скорость влияет. 23 у меня получается. Плюс 5 это, наверное, из-за шпор, да? Нифига себе, сильно. Вообще верховая езда слабо прокачана. Скалица 100. Самопеш 100. Сзава 100. Мельница. Ровно 0.
I spoke with the miller's daughter.
It's a shame her father won't listen to her. She knows all about Thomas, but...
Her father doesn't believe her.
He reckons it's just a woman's fancy. He probably thinks she's smitten with one of us. Not that I'd object, but she's a clever one. She'd make a better miller than either of those two. Good luck, then.
Good luck, then.
Так, если еще раз с мельником поговорить.
Go and bother someone younger.
Так, ладно, значит, этого чувака надо найти, Томаша. Задание выбираем. Блин. Вот надо это выбешивать, надо с кем-то поговорить, а он находится в территории, в которую я не могу зайти. Как-то вот это не очень приятно. Томаш.
Who's there?
The people come up planks and
What's up? You need some help?
fresh bread and pour yourself a bit of fresh milk to drink.
А, слушай, прикольно. Он этот же мешок взял. Это круто, кстати. Обычно вот когда так бросают предмет, то берут, идут к начальной точке опять.
What?
Блин, поговорить просто хочу, просто поговорить.
Good health to you.
I heard you were with the miller's son when the wagon fell on him.
What of it?
I just heard some talk and I wanted to get the story straight from you.
Talk? From who?
I heard some gossip about it at the alehouse. What happened? Was it really lightning that scared the horses?
What? No, there wasn't any storm. It was just the road was muddy, and so we rode closer to the edge of it.
It's a real stroke of bad luck, isn't it?
Tell me about it. If I'd been behind the wagon, it would have fallen on me too.
Why did only 2 of you go?
He always did it that way. 2 people are enough for the trip, and if we needed an extra pair of hands, we could always find some local.
Except at the end. If there had been more of you, he might have survived.
Do you think I don't know that? I couldn't move the wagon on my own, so I went looking for help. We'd met a few travelers along the way, and I ran to find them, but it was too late. The weight of it crushed him while I was gone.
I'm sorry.
Me too. Me too. I didn't want to be the mill foreman, but The last thing he ever said to me, the very last thing he ever asked of me, was to take care of the mill.
And I heard someone robbed him.
Robbed? What kind of nonsense is that?
I heard he was missing something when they brought him back.
What? I don't remember anything.
He had a scarf with him.
Really? I don't know. Maybe he lost it on the way. Or it sank into the mud. Yes, that's probably it. It's still buried there somewhere.
Well, I hope he's resting in peace.
Amen.
Так, в кости играть собирается. Это чтоб его подкараулить. Не, ничего хорошего не
So what
будет.
do you think about the workers I brought you?
If I hadn't put in a good word for them, the miller would have thrown them out by now.
I heard them say something else.
So they're complaining, are they? I provide for them, and all they do is slack off.
Isn't it the miller who provides for them?
He can't manage the work anymore. If it weren't for me, there'd be nothing left standing around here.
Ишь ты какой.
But you need the help anyway. And they're pretty handy.
Maybe, but they're in no danger of overworking themselves. They act like they're too good for the mill, and I saw them eyeing up Jane.
Nothing strange about that. She's a pretty girl, and she's of an age to marry.
It's not marriage they've got on their minds. They'd have their way with her, then before her belly started to grow, they'd have run for the hills.
Look, we can reach an agreement. You need the mill fixed, they need the money. If they have peace to do their work, they'll be able to finish it faster.
But...
And then they'll take their groschen and leave. The mines will open again, and the faster they
Я
get
не
their
хочу
money,
так.
the quicker they'll
И
be
они не
gone.
хотят.
But do you really think I can trust them to do it? Will they do their work and leave? And leave Jane alone in the meantime?
Мне не нравится такой вариант. Не. Это Томаш тут и мельника убьет постепенно. Не, ну, конечно, есть вероятность, что не он убил сына мельника.
Now I think about it, probably not. You've been a pest for a long time now, and they'll want to pay you back for it.
Then why the hell did you start talking about it? You were just wasting my time.
It's not like you do anything anyway. Apart from sitting around yelling at the men actually doing the work.
Listen, I was being pretty reasonable, but now you're on thin ice. If you want to fight, just say so.
We need to pick a place for the fight that isn't too public.
That's one thing we can agree about.
You have any idea where we could do it?
There's a place to the north of Ledečko we can go to after sunset. We won't be seen there, and most of the time it's empty.
Good. Above Ledečko then, at dusk.
Fine. And who will I be giving a pasting to?
Take your pick. There'll be 3 of us, and you can bring 2 of your friends as well, so there'll be more than enough to go around.
Why not? We have a deal then. No trying to get out of it later on.
Agreed.
Take care now.
Ну, миром не получилось. Но я думаю, это правильный вариант.
I must be going mad.
What are you doing?
Блин, нельзя поговорить. Ладно.
Goodbye.
А чё, ребятам не надо сообщать?
I am at your...
I did it. I arranged to fight him just like you wanted. He had nothing against the idea. He'll bring 2 men, and the 3 of them will wait for us on the hill near Ledečko.
I wasn't expecting that. I thought he was too much of a coward.
So, how are we going to do it? Should we just meet there?
No. Come and see me towards evening, and then we'll go. Oh, and perhaps you should let Matthew know. Since you were the one who set it up. Good luck then.
Он будет не в восторге.
Well, I spoke with him.
How did it go? Did you come to an agreement?
No. There's no talking to him.
What will we do now? I suppose we could just leave, but I don't want to as long as there's some coin to be earned here.
Oh, don't go running off just yet. Fritz and I have come up with a plan.
Shit. You want to trounce him, don't you?
We've arranged a fight to decide things. If we win, he'll leave you alone. If we lose, you'll be on your way.
Sakra! Well, I suppose we've got no other choice. There's no talking to that man. But I find it hard to believe he'll just leave us alone, even if we do win.
It will be us three against them three. That's an honourable fight, and the better men will win.
If you say so. God be with you.
Блин, а как же вот это все дело с сыном умершим? Платок найти.
About those two.
It's a wonder I still let them hang around.
Не будем говорить. С Яной не поговорить. Шрамок. Шмарок прикольнее звучит. Так, что у нас по заданию? Вечером, значит, да? Что у нас там с энергией? Сытость, поесть надо. Так, по-быстрому забежать и поесть. Уже закрыто? Как они достали своим поведением. Все. Сбежал, поел по-быстрому. Все отлично. Значит, ждем вечера. Книжки читать не надо. Просто подождем, значит. По идее, это вечер.
Greetings.
All right, I'm here. Let's do it.
So let's go. See you later.
God grant you health. Good luck then.
Так, ладно, все, пойдем. Бегом побежал. Заодно как раз кулачные бои прокачаем. Там и задание такое есть. Побольше драк. Думаю, будет весело. Это правильное решение. Но освещение все-таки топовое на этом движке. CryEngine в плане освещения топовый движок. Так, а где это вообще получается? А, это долго. Ну ладно, побежали. На холме это там будет. Прикольно. Ах, как же красиво. Дальность прорисовки увеличил. Круто. Общая дальность сейчас максимальная стоит. Прорисовка высококачественных объектов, единственное, не максимальная. Ну туда подкорачивать местами. То есть эта картинка это еще не максимум, что можно выжить. Думаю, через пару лет, когда новое поколение видеокарт выйдут, можно будет и моды дополнительные поставить, которые еще лучше картинку сделают. Тогда будет просто божественно. Что ж там за могила такая интересная?
Nice to see such a good turnout. The more the merrier.
Arsehole. You won't think it's so funny in a minute.
I think you're fucking hilarious.
Enough horseshit. I didn't come here for a chat.
Just as well. You're not much of a conversationalist.
Are we gonna get on with this anytime soon?
Let's do it, Dopichi!
Да... А, я думал, до писи. Прикольно. Прямо школьные годы вспоминаются. Хорош. Так. Музыка такая веселая вообще. Смотри, какой он живучий-то. Все? Все. Последний остался. Чё фрицик так долго возится? Victory.
Do you think it will be enough?
He definitely looked like he'd had enough.
True. He'll either stop, or make life hell on earth for us.
So, anything else you need from me?
No. Thank you for your help.
Yeah, no problem. What are friends for?
You forgot something.
Of course. You're right. Here's something on the side, Henry.
Да ладно, господи ты.
Ah, there's no need for that. I did it out of friendship. You can spend the coin on drinks at the tavern.
Thanks. You're a real friend.
We really are in your debt now.
Что это за вариант такой? Не страшно выбирать пустой вариант.
Hey, Henry.
Shut up, Fritz.
I can't say I'm surprised to see you two here. You're nothing but trouble.
Trouble? But he was asking for it. He shouldn't have started on us.
Yeah, a first-class arsehole. He deserved twice what he got.
And what did he get? Wait, from the start? What the hell is this all about?
Well, we was just sitting in the tavern minding our own business, and this fucker comes and starts calling us good-for-nothing idlers.
So I gave him a bit of a slap to teach him some manners. And Fritz gave him another to back me up.
Что такое? Что за дела?
You're not going to go around beating people here, whether they ask for it or not. Everyone in this village is working their fingers to the bone except you pair of drunkards.
Now, Henry, you know that's not fair. We work our asses off and we need to relax a bit after a hard day.
That's right. Just a nail or two after working up a thirst all day.
Я вас выгоняю, я вас... Что за нафиг?
Enough. Either you put your shoulder to the wheel like everyone else, or you'll be out on your ears, mates or no mates.
Henry, you can't be serious. You wouldn't do that to your best mates.
You bet I would. Start doing your part, or go and find somewhere else to live.
Что это было в конце? Блин, я в будущее заглянул.
Take care.
Что там по заданиям написано? И тут все в порядке. И скорее всего это так, ничего не будет значить. Блин, ну как же красиво. Ладно, на этом серия заканчивается. Всем, кто смотрел, спасибо. До встречи.